What if I was to share with you the great news that you are absolutely pure, beyond everything, and eternal? How would your ego react to such good news? Now, I'm excited to share with you two verses from the great text of the Avadhuta Gita that just get straight down to that, right? They get down to the brass tacks of the nature of reality. And I love these type of verses that just go straight into it. And the Ashtavakra Gita, the Avadhuta Gita, Ribu Gita, Mandukya Upanishad, Kataka, all these type of Nididhyasana texts, the texts that you come across on the cusp of enlightenment and beyond enlightenment, are often straight to the point and very poetic and beautiful to read, to keep you in this constant meditation, right? Of that you are fundamentally pure, beyond everything, and ultimately eternal. Now, the problem is that when we hear such messaging, not just from the text, but from other people or what have you, our ego instantly goes into fight or flight mode because it does threaten its existence, right? It's a finite, temporary aspect of ourselves that thinks it's here for good. It sort of sets its roots. It's built its foundation and it thinks it's going to be around here for a long time. And no, it will not be around here for a long time. And so how does your ego deal with this type of news? Or does it hit something deep within you? And that's what these texts often do, right? They hit something that is beyond the ego and something deep within you, even though you may feel a type of ego resistance. So nevertheless, let me read these two important verses for you and we will dissect them. You are absolutely pure. You are without any body and mind and beyond Maya. Do not be ashamed to say, I am the Atman, the supreme reality. O mind, why do you weep? You are truly the Atman. Be one with it. Drink, O my dear, the supreme nectar of the boundless ocean of non-dual Brahman. Like I said, I love these type of verses. And one reason I like this type of verses, it's almost like Atman is speaking to the ego, right? Speaking to the mind and saying, oh, why do you weep? Why do you not accept that you are that, right? And so it starts off saying you are absolutely pure, right? And so in the Avadhuta Gita, Dattatreya is constantly reinforcing this message into our mind so that hopefully the penny drops and we realize that our Atman, our undifferentiated consciousness, is who we truly are, and it is identical with Brahman, the ultimate reality. And so in the next line, he kind of takes it a step further, right? You are sort of beyond body and mind and even beyond Maya itself, right? So you're beyond all of this. You are actually without any body and mind, Dattatreya says, and beyond Maya, right? So Maya is the illusion of measurement, the kind of illusion that is built around us, this illusion of duality. You are beyond that. And so Dattatreya is trying to remind us of that, right? So he's kind of says here that, don't be ashamed to say that I am Atman, right? The supreme reality. Now, I would be careful about going around telling your friends and your neighbors about that, right? Or your loved ones. I wouldn't go around saying, look, fundamentally I'm Brahman, right? I'm everything. I mean, it might make good dinner party conversation, but it's probably not ideal. And I remember a guru once, and it kind of came off a bit wrong, where one of the disciples said to the guru, who truly are you? And he said, I am that. But it was almost in an egotistical and arrogant way. You want to have a little bit of humility. But what Dattatreya is saying here is that you ought not to be ashamed to understand that you are Atman, right? Which is Brahman. You are that supreme reality. And when you really do understand that, you don't understand it from an egotistical way. You have ultimate humility, and it's something that you don't need to state to anyone, actually, because why would the Atman need to state its existence? It's fundamentally here, right? Only the ego can claim it as enlightened, right? So when you hear like fake gurus and teachers and people like that say that they are enlightened, that's a red flag on the plate because you cannot claim that. because the person only claims that. If the person has completely dissolved, all that is there is the Atman. And the Atman has no need to validate its existence or what it is. So be very careful of people who are like that. And so in the next verse, right, after Dattatreya says that, we need to not be ashamed of saying that we are Atman, this is like him talking to almost our mind, his own mind maybe, like, oh mind, why do you weep, right? Why are you so distraught that there is only Atman? I know you thought that you truly existed, but you are actually just the snake in the rope. All that ever existed was the rope, right? And so Dattatreya is saying to our mind, be one with Atman. Stop fighting it. Marinate in it, absorb it, and then he says, drink the nectar, the supreme nectar of Brahman, right? Drink from the boundless ocean of the supreme non-dual Brahman. And so that may be easier said than done. But once our mind starts to begin to marinate in this, it stops weeping, right? As Dattatreya explained. Once it begins to marinate in this boundless ocean of nectar, then your consciousness begins to open up. Not that the mind has completely disappeared, but there is the re-identification with Brahman itself. And if you continually re-identify with Brahman, because that is your fundamental nature, then you begin to develop this type of stability in the Atman is Brahman, right? And so this reminds me of the great Dzogchen master Tulku Urgyen Rinpoche, when he would always emphasize about recognition and stability. And so you need to have that recognition that Atman is Brahman, but then there needs to be actually a stability in that. And that's when the mind begins to completely dissolve and the penny has dropped, right? And when I say dissolve, I don't mean completely disappear, but it kind of merges into the Atman. It marinates in it, and then that becomes your mode of operation, your position in life, where you function from, right? You're functioning from the ultimate reality as opposed to the poor master of the ego identity mind, right? Now the ego identity mind is the slave because the true master has revealed itself. And that true master is the Atman within you and the Atman within me, which is identical with the ultimate reality of Brahman. Shanti, shanti, shanti.